have communicated.
Beyond the Tape will be back after these messages.
Final. It's the final extension of Fab India Expo. Now definitely closing on Sunday, August 5th. Everything selling at the most reasonable prices. Massive sale now on. Get up to 80% off. Spend $1,000 or more on links or credit card for a chance to spin to win up to $500 instantly. Don't miss out on this opportunity to visit the best of the best. Fab India Expo at the White Tent opposite Medford gas station, Shoguners. Now definitely closing on Sunday, August 5th. Remember, only 3 more days remaining.
I wonder what I'm going to do with this overtime check, boy.
So you're interested in applying for the National Investment Fund. To apply for bonds, you must have a brokerage account with your stockbroker and the Trinidad and Tobago Central Depository. The requirements to open a brokerage account are at least 2 forms of valid identification, a job letter, a proof of address in the form of a utility bill, a financial statement dated the current month or the previous month, a proof of income in the form of pay slip. Depending on your circumstances, your broker may require additional information. In addition, you will also be required to sign a client agreement form and a bank mandate form.
This month on Caribbean Passport, we bring you highlights from the Barbados Food and Rum Festival launch, the Johnny Savga Foundation Gala, Leve in Tobago, and we also stop off in Antigua and Barbuda, Guyana, and more. See it Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on CCN TV6.
It is Friday, and a very special good evening to you and you and you. Leslie, who is viewing us this evening? Jamaica is in the house. Barbados, Australia, Germany, the entire US of A, Canada, and the other Caribbean islands. Thank you very much. Thank you for that synopsis there. All right, so a special good evening to all of you. Thank you very much for your continuous support. I know we have persons viewing us in the Middle East. Yeah, Africa too. I know that we have some locals who have gone to work in the oil fields over there. So a special good evening to you, and thank you for your continuous support. Well, with me, back at home now, Senior Superintendent Inraj Balram, head of the Central Division. Officer, it's always good to have you here.
Yes, Marlon. Good afternoon, viewers. Good afternoon, world. And Marlon, how you are not sure that these persons in the space station are not viewing us too? I mean,
well,
you did mention that.
I suspect so. Hello to the people in the space station. Sir, you would be shocked to know. I think the world has gotten so small now that things that you are doing in Trinidad, it is being beamed all over the world, and you would never guess where persons, I suspect, are viewing us right now. So a special good evening to all of you. Well, how have things been in your division over the past 7 days, sir?
Marlon, for the last month or so, it was quiet, you know, compared to what was happening in February, March. Crime dropped drastically, murder rate dropped until the last day of the month. The few hours of the month was a senseless killing in Crown Trace. A defenseless person, and from our information, he was not involved in criminal activities. That's the preliminary investigation. It could be something domestic, something with girlfriend, and you know, several shots to the back. Right, and that, you know, that put a damper on the, on me for the last few hours of the month. Right, and I'm appealing again to the person's enterprise. We have a suspect. We know who is it. Right, and we are working feverishly to solve that murder.
So is it that when compared to last year, for the same period, crime is down in the Central Division?
Not totally. For the last few months,
okay.
We've seen a steady decline. Earlier this year, there was a upsurge. We had a lot of shootings in Enterprise, and right now they are cooperating, except that incident
Right.
in Enterprise, the 31st of last month.
Well, I guess, and it is safe to say that you all are doing something right in the Enterprise area. There were some months, a long time ago, maybe over about a year ago, if I remember well, just before Officer McIntyre, a special good evening to Officer McIntyre, before he was installed there, there was a lot of gang activity taking place, a lot of criminal activity in the Central Division. But since then, things have subsided a bit. So the police, under you now, I think that you all are doing something right.
Yes, Marlon, you see, we are attacking this both, you know, the aggressive way as well as the softer way. Our community police, right? So there, in fact, Enterprise gets most of our attention, the community police. We have a lot of programs going on, youth clubs. We have what we call a RAP program. It's a program there assisted by the U.S. government in Enterprise. So a lot of activities, and Constable Corporal Small, he's doing a tremendous job in the Enterprise area. Thank you, Corporal Small. Right? So we are attacking it both ways, yes, and of course, you know, I don't know, these persons involved in criminal activity, we see they don't live long.
Yeah.
They are dying and leaving the women folks out there. Right? I mean, that's a wake-up call. Why involve yourself in that? In your 30s, 40s, you're gone. Yeah, Robocop was powerful, what happened?
Yeah.
He left the empire and he gone.
I think, and I would have said this yesterday to Officer Mohammed, I think that people just don't value life. And in some cases, they don't even value their lives. So if I don't value my life, how will I value your life?
That's right. I mean, and you know, one is in prison now. I spoke to him some time ago, and according to him, he has 4 wives, several children, but he's in prison. Who's taking care of them? So as I always say, it affects families, not you alone. But yet they are involved in these activities.
Why is it you think that the message has not penetrated the minds of the majority of our young people that crime just does not pay?
Marlon, you know, some time ago I spoke about the PS3. When the PS3 get, you know, mature, big, it's difficult to train it, difficult to change their mind. But if they don't change their mindset, so we are trying to target for the long-term plan, the younger ones. See if we could change their minds from them. And at the same time, we still put some emphasis on the older folks, to the parents, right? To the criminals even. Sometimes they come to my office and I talk to them on a one-to-one basis. This thing does not pay. You've got to change it. Some of them are stuck. They're so entrenched in it, it's difficult for them to come out. They're afraid they may be killed if they come out.
Yeah.
Right? So they got to remain there.
I think that some persons' minds have been poisoned so much and from an early age that it is difficult now to let persons see a different type of life.
That's right. And you know, I spoke to one of them recently. I asked him when last he went to cinema. It's years. He cannot go to cinema. He cannot go to the supermarket. He cannot go to the beach. He cannot make a river line when I could go anywhere. Is that paying off? He's scared if his daughter goes somewhere. He's scared if his wife goes somewhere. But they love the life, I don't know. And bodies are falling. They are not living long.
And they continue to fall, eh? I just hope that one day that things will change, and things will change drastically, and that our young men and women will wake up and do the right thing.
Marlon, and you see, well, you know, we need to attack this in a holistic,
yeah,
right? And you know, I'd like to thank the magistracy. Lately, I'm seeing persons with firearm offenses. They are being incarcerated, jail time for them, and it's happening You know, it started and it's going on. A lot of magistrates give them jail, possession of firearms, sometimes first offender, jail.
Yeah.
And this is what we want, you know, we want that, right? So people know, we catch you with a gun, prison.
Yeah. All right. So let's move straight into your division now. We do have some picks for you. Central Division Ops went to Valencia and found a grenade and camo. 8 persons were arrested, but 3 persons were eventually charged and appeared before Shoguana's magistrate. The matter was transferred to Sangre Grande. Camo again, sir.
Man, grenade camouflage, right? Is that the work terrorists? Right? Right now, the OCIU, we are investigating them to see, you know, if there's a bigger picture to it.
Okay, we're moving on. We do have a video for you. An anti-crime exercise yields 1 Ruger ammo, marijuana, and arrests. Keston Rodriguez, 24, appeared before Shoguana's magistrate, pleaded not guilty, and was placed on $75,000 bail with surety. Are we moving on, ma'am? Let's move on. Okay.
An anti-crime exercise was conducted in the Central Division between the hours 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. on the 1st of August 2018, spearheaded by Senior Superintendent Balaram ASP Smith and conducted by members of the Central Division Task Force led by Sergeant Prasad and PC Samaru. Several search warrants were executed in the Central Division and several known drug blocks were targeted. At around 5:30 p.m., the said officers proceeded to Fifth Street, Montrose, an area known for the sale of illegal narcotics, and executed a search warrant, and 4 persons were arrested in connection with the quantity of high-grade marijuana shown with an approximate street value of $2,000. Also acting on intelligence gathered, the said officers proceeded to Jonathan Street, Punupia at around 9:30 p.m. where a search warrant was executed and 1 Ruger .22 rifle with 4 rounds of ammunition was recovered and 1 person was arrested in connection with said crime. The said exercise was incident-free.
Yeah, good work by the Central Division Task Force Jamalan, led by Sergeant Prasad. Right, again, the information came from members of the public and we acted upon it.
All right,
pretty gun, but deadly.
Very, very deadly, I suspect. Still in the Central Division, Central Special Crime Unit, OCIU, Longdonville Police Post and K9 Unit, while on exercise duty, found a quantity of marijuana and 1 firearm with ammo. 5 arrests were made.
Yes, Marlon, good work. Again, another firearm off the street. Central Division, for this year, we have removed 105 firearms from the street. Special recommendation from the Commissioner of Police.
Yeah. Officers of the Las Lomas Post, Central Special Crimes and K9 Unit found 1 MAC-10 submachine gun and ammo in an abandoned structure at Las Lomas number 1. No arrests made. Another deadly weapon there.
Another deadly weapon. And, you know, it is a suspicion that persons from the Northern Division, you know, through San Rafael, coming into Las Lomas there and trying to stack their loot there. Right. And good work by Central Division officers there, Sergeant Jordan and Party, Sergeant Prasad. I'd like to thank them all.
All right, another exercise now. Officers recover firearm in bushy area in Las Lomas, and we do have a video for you.
Yes, Marlon. As the help of the K9 here, you know, I'll always say the K9 and Mounted Branch, you know, they have invaluable help to us. K9 looks simple but highly trained. Some might say it look like a good patong, but it's a pedigree dog. You know, I used to work in the Mounted and K9 Branch. I was in charge of that for a period of time. Yeah. Again, information from members of the public. You see, where they try to hide a firearm away from the outside the house, you know, to pinpoint the culprit is much more difficult here. The dog there, he pick up a scent. He got his reward, a ball. You see, they make it, you know, look like it's just garbage thrown. Good work there, madam. Another gun, we don't know, we can't quantify how much lives are saved by this. It's another firearm, 3 for the week, and a grenade.
All right, we're moving on. Still in the Central Division, officers of the Las Lomas Police Post and Central Division Ops recovered 2 stolen vehicles in the Las Lomas area. These are the vehicles there. Moving on again, WPC Jumadine finds couple living in car and renders aid. And we do have a pic for you.
Well, and this is some of the shots at WP Jumadine, Crystal Jumadine from the community police. This couple was living in a car after they were rendered homeless. Both of them, they lose their jobs and their life turned upside down in a space of months. And she got the information and she acted upon it, and now the couple, she assisted in finding a home for them. She's handing over the keys to them. They are going to live rent-free for a period of time there. The officers negotiated. Of course, they wanted to take a photo with me.
Of course, of course. Yeah.
Yes, son.
But these are the kinds of officers that you need in the police service. Persons who are taking the reports and really care about people and are going out there to help people. Because this has ended quite successfully, yeah? Because I understand that, as you said, a home has been provided temporarily, on a temporary basis, and the individuals have also been given jobs.
That's right, yes.
Right.
And arrangement was made. Someone donated a piece of land for them, and through the self-help project,
yes,
but some material were acquired and in the process of building a permanent home for them.
Nice.
So great work by Crystal, WP Crystal Jumadine.
Yeah, and officer, a special good evening to you. All right. Officers like Officer, is it Jumadine?
Jumadine.
Yeah, she's a credit to the police service. All right. Let's move on to the Western Division now. Papi appears in court for murder of Cocorite man. All right. Now the TTPS has identified the individual as Nestor Sami, also known as Papi, 27 of Harding Place, Cocorite. He appeared before Port of Spain magistrate. The matter has since been adjourned and so on. He has been charged with the murder of Shaquem Williams, which occurred on the 15th of April this year. To the Southern Division now. Princestown man charged with murder of girlfriend's ex-boyfriend. The TTPS has identified the person as Tevin Gibson, 19, of St. Croix Road, Princestown. He was charged with the murder of Darren Carter. All right? I better not say St. Croix, because I know the persons in Princestown say St. Cross Road, Princestown. All right? Yes. So a special good evening to all of you. All right?
It's French.
Yeah. So we have another bit of information for you. 5 persons held after rescue of kidnapped Venezuelan woman. According to the TTPS, swift investigative work by officers of the anti-kidnapping unit has resulted in 5 suspects being arrested and the rescue of a 23-year-old female Venezuelan national who was reported as being kidnapped from the Chaguanas district on Sunday.
Yes, man, good work by members of the anti-kidnapping unit here. Right? And of course, investigation are continuing to see if there's anything with the counter-trafficking unit or human trafficking. Right? What is the bigger picture behind this?
All right. Of the 5 suspects, according to the TTPS, 2 are brothers, aged 33 and 30, who are fishermen of Quarry Road, Mon Diablo. They were held by officers in the house with the victim. 3 other suspects, a 32-year-old woman, a 26-year-old woman, and a 20-year-old man, all nationals of the Dominican Republic who reside in the Chaguanas district, were also held in separate exercises conducted by the AKU officers in relation to the kidnapping. All right? Okay, so Senior Superintendent Inraj Balaram, head of the Central Division, he's co-hosting with me as he does every Friday. Let's remind persons of our numbers, 623-0362, 623-4968. The other numbers are, you have to text these numbers, 287-4363, 281-3234, and 767-3636. We are going to a very short break. When we return, your calls.
Have you strips today, sir?
Of course I shoops in right, you know, because I have my Diana shoops in.
You think you got strips on you? Let me see. And tell me if you like it, if it's soft and juicy and minty.
I love it. It is good.
This is real best. Chewy boy. Diana strips. The new chewy juicy mint. Trinbago strips by Diana.
Looking for structural steel beams? Then visit Point Fortin Hardware at their conveniently located showroom and warehouse in Frederick Settlement, Caroni. The largest suppliers of structural steel beams and steel rods, both MS and HT, and all other building and construction supplies. For a steal of a deal, call us at 678-0857 or 374-2479.
Ladies, Angel Hair Boutique have arrived in Trinidad and Tobago at Gulf City Mall and Cannes Plaza, Princestown. Buy 3 bundles of human hair and get your makeup done free. Buy your human hair bundles for prom, wedding, or any special occasion and get a free installation and makeup free by our in-house makeup artist. And of course, our wholesale discounts for hairdressers. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and Instagram and win big prizes monthly.
All right, welcome back. So you have a town meeting for us, the details.
Yes, Marlon, we have a town meeting in the Central Division in the Couva District. A town meeting will be held on the Wednesday, 8th August 2018, 6:30 p.m. at the California Youth Facilities in Caldrack Grounds, California. We have some members of the public come out, support the TTPS. Let's find some solution that work with you. Come to our command ground and let's see how we can move forward and serve you better.
All right. Before we move on, Leslie, Arnold wants to know what is the process that one has to take for the police to host a town meeting in his area?
It's simple. You see the sergeant, the inspector, and the station, right? And we'll review it, right? Send it to the senior super. I will send it to the deputy commissioner, and we'll make the arrangement.
All right.
In fact, this a lot of times people don't request it.
Yeah.
Right.
All
This
right.
is good.
Mm-hmm. So Arnold, I hope you have the details there. If you all are interested, please make representation. All right. We do have a video, sir, coming up. Man charged with littering in Central. He has been identified by the TTPS as Ali Mohammed of Montrose, Chaguanas. He was caught littering on Helen Street in Montrose. He was charged for littering, obstruction, and resisting arrest.
Marlon, that street, there are 2 schools, Chaguanas North and Chaguanas South Government Secondary School, where school children will normally pass there.
Yes.
And if you observe, there are stone spikes placed on the pavement. Stone spike, an object placed on the road.
The pavement that belongs to the state.
The state, that's right. And of course we see him, there he is in the act there. Actually, the officers confronted him some time before and he denied that he was involved. But here it is, you see him, he's 64-year-old man. And of course this video will be used. I mean, you know, many times we say we've got to set an example, the older folks. But is this the example we are setting for the youths? And there's an object onto the roadway. That's a closer view of him. He appeared in court yesterday. He pleaded not guilty. But we expect, there's some shots of it. So you see these stone spike in front there, that's on the pavement.
Yeah.
2 schools in the area. In fact, I went to school right there. So we used to walk that street. And of course, place a cone also.
I suspect that people feel that they do not want persons to park their vehicles in front of their gateway and so on. So they feel they have the right. That they can put up a cone, they can put up 2 bricks, and they can put up a piece of wood. Or even put a no parking sign on the roadway. People feel that they have those rights and they have that power.
They have no rights, Marlon. That's the government road maintained by taxpayers, the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Even in Port of Spain, you will see that. People will put chairs.
Yeah.
Right? I will move it aside and I will take the chairs if I find persons that I will order them to be arrested.
Yeah.
You cannot, that's not your real estate, that's the government road. Everyone is entitled, regardless how inconvenient we are, if the person are lawfully parking in front of your premises, once it doesn't cause any obstruction, they are entitled to.
Yeah.
People, where I live, 2 people park in front of my premises, that's the government road, I cannot.
Not in front of your gate?
Not in front of my gate. That's a different story.
Yeah.
But they will park in front of, I cannot stop them.
In front of your wall, maybe.
Yeah. Except if we want to prevent certain things like that, well, you go and live in a gated community.
Yeah.
Spend your money and live in a gated community. So, but it's the government road.
Yeah.
Right? And I ask people to desist from these kind of acts.
Yeah. But don't park in front of Mr. Balram Gate. Eh? All right. It will be a horse of a different color. We take a call. Good evening, caller.
Yes, good evening to Marlon and the goodly.
Caller, you need to speak up a little bit.
Yes, good day, sir.
Good day.
Good day.
Yeah, I'd like to find out when requesting extract from a report, how long does that process normally take?
Requesting
and it is so nice when the senior here is speaking to us. But when you try to meet with him, he doesn't speak. He doesn't even want to see you. I could prove that, But I will give you an instance of when you have real public relations. I went to the station about 4 years ago, 5 years. And we had an incident with the Flanagan police post. So there wasn't making our request known by we request for police presence. And at that time there was another senior. And I went in and I requested to see him. He said, come in immediately. You don't need an appointment to see me. He dealt with it, in less than 10 seconds. I request things from the police, you don't get it. I ask to speak to certain people, they don't want to see you. In fact, they have an aggressive, insulting way of dealing with us. But I find you just portray yourself nice in the public.
All right, officer.
Yeah, Marlon. Sometimes with me, 6 persons waiting to see me. I know for one meeting, I'm due to go another meeting. Everyone wants my time. There are times that it's impossible I could see people, right? And yet there are a lot of things that persons could solve by just a station in the street. Go and speak to the sergeant and corporal. They would not do that. Persons will wait for hours to see me. And I'm not available. I cannot deal with all the report. And there's some simple things. For example, a man with 1 foot came up to see me. And what he wanted to find out where his application to solicit from the public, where it is. And the clerk who refused to ask the question is the one giving me the answer and say, look, it's under investigation by Corporal so-and-so from the Chaguanas police station. So they wait hours just to speak to me, right? When they could solve it. So I'm asking people, if you could, you have the station inspector, sergeant, you have the ASP, area ASP, you have a superintendent also. Right? All these persons, they are available to you, not only the senior soup. Because the senior soup, look, Marlon, look, next week, every day I have to attend meeting. Right? 3 in Port of Spain, then I have to be in beyond the table. Right? So at times supply and demand with me, but then there are other persons. Sometimes I appoint the superintendent to speak to the person, but sometimes they don't want to speak to the superintendent. They do not want to speak to the SP.
I understand what you're saying, but it also says to me that if people are coming to the superintendents, the senior superintendents, it means that there's a breakdown at police stations at the lower levels. Because to me, the senior superintendent is supposed to be like the last resort.
That's right.
So there's a breakdown happening there. So I think that is something that senior superintendents have to deal with.
Well,
the service that other officers are not providing to members of the public.
But I sort of disagree with you to an extent, Marlon, because what I'm saying about these persons not even availing themselves to speak to the inspector in charge of the station.
Okay.
And this is the person on the ground there who's closer to them than me. They are not making the effort.
Yes.
Right? And the solution there, in fact, 95% of the time they come to me, I will just make a phone call. Look, I'm sending so-and-so by you. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's go to a break. We're coming back.
I wonder what I'm going to do with this overtime check, boy.
So you're interested in applying for the National Investment Fund. To apply for bonds, you must have a brokerage account with your stockbroker and the Trinidad and Tobago Central Depository. The requirements to open a brokerage account are at least 2 forms of valid identification, a job letter, a proof of address in the form of a utility bill, a financial statement dated the current month or the previous month, a proof of income in the form of pay slip. Depending on your circumstances, your broker may require additional information. In addition, you will also be required to sign a client agreement form and a bank mandate form.
Don't miss Food Basket's anniversary sale now on at all 5 locations. Keg oil $179.95. Potatoes 10 pounds for $19.95. Extra large chana $9.95 per pound. Split peas $3.95 per pound. Dried pigeon peas $5.95. Peas and carrots $4.95. Green peas $4.95. Red beans $5.95. Vinegar 4 litre $15.95. Pringles $14.95 per tin. Take advantage of Food Basket's anniversary sale at all 5 locations where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
Most people know Gink Gold improves memory and concentration. Additional benefits from Gink Gold include better blood circulation throughout the body. The result, it helps reduce the pain from poor circulation. It is very effective in treating cold hands and feet and numbness. You see, Gink Gold contains a ginkgo biloba extract, a powerful antioxidant with anti-inflammatory properties. You can truly live a healthier, more active life today with Gink Gold by Nature's Way.
Welcome back. So Daryl has a concern here. He says, as a concerned citizen of the Edinburgh area, I would like to see some sort of resolution to the illegal U-turn that occurs on the boulevard throughout the day, where Kestrel Boulevard intersects with the Edinburgh Boulevard.
Yes, Marlon, that's where the caller I called many times.
Okay.
For the youth. There's a sign now.
There's a sign.
There's a sign now, and people still. So, you know, we back to the slavery days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had to be there with the big stick. The police officer must be there. Right? You charge them. You say, officer, so much people getting killed out there. Right? Go and look for the criminals. You're coming to harass us for making a little U-turn. Yeah. And this is what? They're stretching our resources. Right? But it's unlawful.
Yeah.
Until something happens, somebody will be charged for dangerous driving.
Yeah. And maybe in the interim, maybe some sort of camera can be put up there and tape persons who are flouting the law, and some action could be taken against them. In the interim, you never know. Let's take our first call, I suspect. Second call? Third call. Good evening, caller. I'm counting this evening. Caller, you are third caller.
Good evening,
Good evening. Yes.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, Christina Subbalan.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
The officer was saying 95% of the people that come straight to him. But I would like to know if I take 1 or 2 cases and backtrack it from the rank under him, and go down the whole chain to the customer and see where was the problem. Have you ever done so? Thank you.
I don't understand what he's trying to say.
I suspect he's again speaking about the service provided by the other officers that are under you.
No, I'm speaking. Of course, I have some conscientious officers working in Central Division. Right? I receive no complaint. What I'm saying, person does not go to them. They are not utilizing them.
Yeah.
Right? And they are more accessible than me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They are in the community. They don't have to leave Brasso to come to me for something that could be fixed right in Brasso.
Yeah.
There's Sergeant Maharaj there. Avail his services. And there ASP Meister, me also.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying, but I also understand the concerns of members of the public, and that's why they go straight to the senior superintendents. And it is because, one, some persons may feel that they would get their matters dealt with almost immediately by the senior superintendent, rather to go to other officers, and it may take a longer time. So they come straight to you.
Well, possibly, but you know, I concern about people time.
Yes.
Right? Time is something that you know you cannot buy. When it goes, it's gone. Right? I'm concerned with their time, and sometimes they come. Now, some people want to prosecute. They want to talk about their problem.
Yeah.
In fact, a man sometimes tell me, he said he want to speak to me for about 45 minutes. Right? I told him, I said, I cannot give you 45 minutes. Right? And I solve the problem in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Right? So time is very important. People, you know, instead of wasting all the time, try this off. Try your district station first. Yes, there are certain things that come direct to me.
Yeah.
Right? I'll appreciate it. And once I have the time, I will see people.
All right, good. So take the officer's advice, okay? Let's take a call again. Good evening, caller.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Superintendent and Marlon, good afternoon.
Good evening, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, so this morning I had a experience. I think I'm not going to ever call to ever give information like this again, because I called the senior soup office this morning. This is senior soup Jamshid in San Fernando. I think the clerk took the call. So there was some information I wanted to relay over to him, right? So when I finished, the officer there asked me what is my name, because I know on numerous occasions they say you don't have to give name, you don't have to give the name if you don't want to. But I know if I give my name, it would have had some complication. On to know, the officer there started to tongue lash me now, in a sense that, well, I the one that commit all the bad offense, and was something where I saw that was highly illegal, that was going on in a certain bar in San Fernando, right? It was, the way I was left scared, like all day, I was left scared, because I thought any minute the police was going to show up by my house, because the way the officers carry on with me as a member of the public, calling to report something that's highly illegal and activities that was going on last night, right? The officer chastised me, right? I know the way I was. I know where I was. It wasn't suitable for being there, but I just wanted to have a little experience in knowing the first time I ever went there. And two things, I will never go back there, and I will never call that police station again to do anything like that. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, if he's saying what he's saying is true there, I'd like to apologize on behalf of the TTPS for this officer's conduct. As we always say, we want the information. The information is important to us, not who you are. If you could assist us further, possibly we may ask that if you're willing to do, but it's not necessary, not imperative that you give your name, right? That's your right to remain anonymous.
And that is the concern of members of the public from day one. And they say when they call police stations to give information, some police officers treat them as if they are the criminals. And that's why some persons just do not want to call police stations to give information.
Marlon, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Yes, that is true, but I'm asking the police, the public, that of course we have other numbers, 555-999, which they do not ask you for your name. Right? 800 tips, right? You remain anonymous, Right? This officer should not, and probably sometimes the officers ask, but you know, is your right to say, well, I prefer not to give my name?
Yeah.
It's happened with me already.
They can ask. They can ask. And it is also up to the gentleman to say, well, sir, I prefer to give that to Officer Mohammed.
That's right, yeah.
All right.
But then he went further and he said the officer was abusive to him, which is wrong.
Boy, and I'm saying Officer Mohammed phone to boy. You answer the man phone, boy? Off his phone? All right. Let's go straight away to the persons of interest segment.
Yes, this man here, Central Division, police is seeking information. This man here appeared here. The reporters are involved in a larceny of motor vehicles, right? We're asking you, anybody out there with information, the numbers are there. 673-0200, 0026 or 800 tip 555-999. Right? Give us the information. I'm sure there are persons out there seeing this person will know him. A larceny of 2 motor vehicles. There's another person here, right? Central Division. We need your information as to him. Again here, a report of a robbery in the Kunupia district. Right? Anybody with information, there are the numbers to call. Call Inspector Singh of the Kunupia Police Station.
Officer, what I would want to say is that everyone in the police service must speak with one voice. The commissioner must speak with one voice, and all his other officers must speak with one voice. If Officer Balram is saying we have the one-door policy, a police officer must not tell a member of the public, we are taking your report here. Understand where I'm coming from? Everybody must be speaking with one voice, and the persons who are not speaking with that one voice, action has to be taken, you know.
Marlon, once we invite persons from members of the public come forward, give us the information, tell us, report these officers. If you do not trust it, we have the station district, you have the police service, police complaint authority and the complaints division. The police complaint authority, that's manned by civilians. So if they feel more comfortable, they could go there. Of course, I know it takes people time, right? But that's the system we have in place. And of course, the commissioner, we always have course, we train and retrain officers. Right? But this is why I ask people, I say, yes, you train your children from small, from young, train them, because these are the same people, the values you instill in them, these are the same person who will bring it into the TDPS.
Yeah.
6 months training, not going to change them.
Nope.
Not going to change them.
Not even 60 years training. All right? Let's go to a break. We're coming back.
Peppermint is very, very good for the cold. Like you have a sore throat, you can use peppermint. You have a little cold, you can use peppermint. Peppermint is good for everything.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Any other reasons you use peppermint for? Yes. For cold, for the sun. When you suck peppermint and you drink plenty water, you feel more relaxed. Peppermint by Diana.
This month on Caribbean Passport, we bring you highlights from the Barbados Food and Rum Festival launch, the Johnny Savga Foundation Gala, Leve in Tobago, and we also stop off in Antigua and Barbuda, Guyana, and more. See it Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on CCN TV6.
The Naughty Minister is having an amazing run. Audiences are loving it. We're finished in Port of Spain, and now we're going to our final 2 nights at Cipriani College. This weekend, Saturday the 4th and Sunday the 5th of August. Box office at Cipriani College opens from Thursday the 2nd of August, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. Tickets are available now at all our usual outlets. Check RSRR Productions on Facebook and press for details. The Naughty Minister, final 2 nights at Cipriani College. This weekend, don't miss it. Cipriani!
Good evening to Anne Maraj. Hey, Chef Michael, a special good evening to you. Sheldon Rupchan. Arnold, Albert, special good evening. Let's take a call. Good evening, caller.
Yes, good evening, Alan. Good evening, Officer Balram.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
I have witnessed and listened to you. and other officers appearing on the very program, advising members of the public when you make a report at one station and you were not treated fairly, to go to another station. And I have been asking Marlon, why is it that your program cannot be more solution-oriented? So here was this last report where the gentleman claimed that he called to make a report in the station. Instead of getting the information as to what time he made the report, he may not have known the officer's name. It would be easy for you to find out the time and to find out which of the officer was there. And if you had spent half of his time in trying to find out who was that officer and have that officer disciplined in whatever opportunity there is existing to discipline officers, the police service would have been so much better.
Thank you.
But I don't know if he's saying that we are not doing that. In fact, during the break, we were discussing how we're going to deal with that that report, the person who was abusive to a member of the public in Senior Subzamsi's office, right? So of course we have a plan, and we try to find out who are these officers who are doing it and try to train them. If we had to take disciplinary action, we'll do it.
All right. Sabita, a special good evening to you. We have another call, ma'am. Good evening, caller.
Good afternoon, Malan.
Good evening, sir.
And good afternoon to the general next to you.
Yeah, greetings, sir.
Right, good man, I want to make a comment. Hear me. Well, I supposed to be the first caller or the last caller. Anytime I call, I supposed to get through in this program. But I support in this program from beginning to A1 to if I get some problem to get through it, I have to call every day.
All right, okay. Chutney Boy, again, thank you very much for your kind comments. All right, let's take another call. Good evening, caller.
Good evening, Marlon.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, the reason why the policemen does want to know who it is calling, because some of them will be having breakfast and bed with the criminals, so they want to know your name to spread back to the criminals.
All right.
Yeah, good point, yeah. Yeah,
You
good point.
respond.
Yeah, good point.
I have no evidence. You respond. Trish, a special good evening to you. You want to say anything on that?
Marlon, well, of course, we have reports that, officers in the past, they give out this information. And I always tell my officer, this is the information age. And if you try to make a phone call, we could tap your phone, we could record your calls. So desist from doing these things, right? And of course, there are serious consequences. The offense of misbehavior in public office is staring on your face.
Yeah. All right, let's take a call. Good evening, caller.
Hi, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Okay, I'm calling from the Vancouver area, and I would like the gentleman standing next to you to address certain matters happening in the area. Firstly, there's a lot of drugs selling and drug ring happening in the area. Also, there is the policemen, especially the corporal and stuff, they are friends with these criminal families, so nothing happened. So I would like the gentleman to address the matter and maybe reshuffling the officers and so on in the station, because every time you call, then they always say they're coming to address certain matters and nothing happened.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, Marlon, speaking about drugs, well, of course, we depend on the public to give us information about drugs. We have had several raids, several drug blocks in the Vancouver area. We have seized firearms, and if there are more that the officer is not targeting, give us the information. You have the anonymous number, right? She's a person, if you could come there, if you want to see me, come there and let them know your call be on the tape. We could have a one-to-one talk. You'll give me the information as if you do not trust anyone. Right? As for the corporals and the friends to the criminal, of course, Marlon, in policing, you have to be friends to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get information?
Friends to criminals too?
Well,
friends?
Inverted commas, right? You got to know them. To what extent you go, that is really the important thing. But we get information from law-abiding citizens and from criminals also, right? So, I don't know to what extent they are going with these friends, right? But if the officers are involved in criminal activities or they are doing certain things to favor their friends, I have a problem with that.
Yeah, and there are mechanisms by which persons can report them.
That's right.
Let's go to a break. We're coming back.
Introducing the all-new Trinidad Express mobile app, now with improved features to match your dynamic lifestyle. Get live updates, see what's trending, and access breaking news on the go. Like, share, or comment on any article, and view pictures and videos of trending stories that bring them to life. Don't have time to read everything? No problem. The Express Assistant can read the full article to you. Plus, you can explore and discover more of our fearless journalism through our special features. Whether it's an interview or an editorial that you may have missed, it's available to you via the app. So don't wait. Discover all the possibilities with the new Trinidad Express mobile app. Download it for both Android and iPhone today.
Your reign begins here as the 2018 NLCB All-Fours Championship kicks off with the preliminary rounds. Registered teams from across the country will do battle in North, Central, South, and Tobago, with the top 4 teams from each zone moving on to the eliminator round. On August 11th from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m., the South Zone takes the spotlight. Come out to Nick's Gyro at Docks Ranch, SS Arena Road, Philippines, and watch as the best teams from the area begin their title challenge in this round-robin battle. It's the 2018 NLCB All-Fours Championship, only on CCN TV6. Win the prize money, win the bragging rights, but remember, always protect your jack.
Welcome back. Let's go to the Know Your Right segment. Charmaine, just inquiring about the wheel clamping yellow signs I'm seeing mostly in the malls. Have the police or has the police service approved this? Can someone lock down your private property and force you to pay to release it?
Marlon, the question, has the police service approved this? The answer is no. Can someone lock down your private property and force them to pay to release it? That is unlawful. Now, Marlon, we have to understand, what is a road? Right. A road includes a car park, for example, Price Plaza and Shogunas here.
Okay.
That is considered to be a road. Right. The Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Code Act covers that. Should a person park his vehicle, let's say, in the no parking area or handicap area, that doesn't give any security company to lock down their vehicle. There's a process for that. Mm-hmm. The process is that the police officers, we are the only body authorized by law to impound a vehicle for breach of one of the traffic regulations, the parking or obstruction. What the person could do, inform the police officers, and we could take the necessary action. If the driver cannot be found, right, you could impound the vehicle, wreck the vehicle in simple language. No private person is authorized to do that, at least charge a fee for it. The police service, police officers, we are the only person. And there are offenses they could be committing. There's an offense called interfering with a motor vehicle.
Okay.
Right? Yes, the law caters, if a vehicle is obstructing yours, you could interfere with the vehicle, just for the purpose of moving it, right? But not if a person has parked illegally. Right? And furthermore, Marlon, just imagine somebody clamp your vehicle. You do not know that you start your vehicle. You drive off. What happens? You damage your vehicle. Right? That organization or security guard or whoever it is, they are liable. Right? You cannot be deprived of your property except by due process of law. Yeah. Right? So it has a civil part in that also. Right? Even if a person uses someone's vehicle without the consent of the owner, you know the magistrate could make that person pay compensation as though they rented that person's vehicle. So if you deprive the person of the use of their vehicle, and the person says, you see me, let me see how long you go lock my vehicle. You deprive the person of use of their property. Right? You cannot, a private citizen cannot do that.
Yeah.
Once it is deemed to be a public place, they cannot.
All right. Well, officer, we have run out of time. Thank you very much for that explanation. Thank you very much for coming today. We run tonight, 10 o'clock. No rerun tomorrow. It's Saturday. Spend some time with the family this weekend. Go up to the savannah, take a run, a walk, eat some polori, eat some doubles, and so on. TV6 News comes up next. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.